Well, good day. This is Farrell Yoakum with Discipline That Reaches and Teaches. Another short lesson. This may be a little bit longer than some. I'm going to, again, not go back to that leadership 5 C's that we broke away from last time. But I wanted to talk today about the horrible things that happened in Winter, Georgia, and maybe some things as classroom teachers that we can do to help in some small way to help misguided children to learn to not misbehave. This was certainly misbehavior that resulted in the deaths of 4 people. That's not good behavior. And so I think back some years ago, there used to be a big thing about tough love, and it was out of vogue, I think, because people used it and abused it and misused it. But let's see what it says here. I'm going to read what it says in the Google about tough love. Tough love is a practice that involves being strict with someone to help them overcome a behavioral issue. It's based on the idea that letting someone face the consequences of their actions can help them learn. However, the concept of tough love can be used to justify harsh or abusive behavior. We do not want to justify harsh or abusive behavior. Proper accountability is what we're talking about. As teachers, you need to love your children, and maybe there needs to be some tough love with that, where they're not allowed to get away with things. Part of becoming an effective, professional, compassionate teacher who knows what you're doing, who knows the 5 C's of leadership, is to hold your students accountable for their actions. There's too much of that these days, where parents and others just want the children to be happy. And sometimes we might require things of children that might not make them happy. But we need to provide them with boundaries and hold them accountable to maintaining those boundaries. You've seen it, and I've seen it too, with situations in the grocery store, at the restaurant, other public places where children are out of control. Mommy, can I have this bag of cereal, this candy bar, this bag of chips, whatever it is? No. Mommy, I really need this. I need that. I want that. No. Mommy, please, I want that. I need that. No. And then the 4th time is fine. Okay, I'll let you have one. And so what do they learn? They learn that it's 3 no's before they get to a yes. That's not tough love. Children need to be able to take no and let your no be final and to be no. And if it's no, you can't have it, and they ask again, there's a consequence. I told you no. Once is enough. Got to get tougher on these things. And as teachers, loving your children, hold them accountable. Learn how to prevent misbehaviors, but if they happen, how to hold them accountable. This father gave his 14-year-old son an AR-15 rifle for his birthday. That's just wrong. And it doesn't mean that he can't learn to use a rifle for hunting or for other reasons when he's 14. I'm not saying that at all. I went hunting with my dad when I was 13, 14 years old. And so there's a proper training that has to go into that. But I certainly didn't own one at 14 and didn't have any way that I knew of to be able to access one. So he is culpable. But, you know, there's just not enough of that tough love. There's not enough of saying no. Too much of this video games where you can get on there and blow people away and then reset the game and they all get up and you start over and do it again. And I don't know if this young man was involved in video games. I wouldn't be surprised if he was. He certainly learned some things about putting away people. I don't know how he would have learned it, but still, we've got to be able to find ways to keep our children from misbehaving. And this was the epitome of misbehaviors. They ended up in the deaths of innocent people. And it hurts all of us, especially those of us in education, because we're going back in the classrooms now, and we have children in there now, and parents who are wondering, are our schools safe? Schools are safe. There are millions of kids that go to school every day safely, go back and forth, done it for years, kindergarten through 12th grade, never had an issue at their school. Thousands of schools open every day, been operating for decades, never had a situation in their school. And this is a tragedy, and it means we need to work to be more and more careful to keep our students safe. No doubt about it. We don't want to lose a single one. I'm not at all suggesting that we should do anything that would reduce what we're doing to protect our children. Not at all. But we need to do more. But still, it gets to us as educators that this boy, 14 years old, did this evil, hateful, heinous act. And so it's incumbent upon us as educators, as we love our children, we have to like all of them, but we have to love them, that we are training them and teaching them to become productive, upstanding, patriotic citizens of this country who are learning what's true and doing what's good and loving what's beautiful. That's what we're supposed to do. So I urge you to take your professional, compassionate responsibility seriously and be learning more and more how to prevent misbehaviors and learning more and more to let your no be no and to not equivocate on that and to hold your children accountable. Let's pray that we won't have any more issues like that happen in this great country. Until next time, it's Farrell Yoakum for Discipline That Reaches and Teaches.